Hi, my name's Odhran. I'm from Wexford. I'm a final year student studying law in the UCD Sutherland School of Law. So in UCD we're split into the trimester system. So for the undergraduate programs, the majority of your modules will take place in the winter and summer trimesters. Overall for your degree you'll be doing 12 modules per year, and it usually equates to about 6 modules per semester as well. In your law program, each module is about 2 hours per week as well, so it's just 2 hours of lectures. In first and second year, you'll also have tutorials as well, and they're only an hour every second week for specific modules. So say for subjects like constitutional or tort law, which can be a bit more difficult, you'll have tutorials in those every second week where you sit down with a tutor and a small number of your peers, and you'll just go through the really difficult concepts of the program as well, just really break them down, and it really helps with study, especially coming up to exams. Generally you do about kind of five of your major and law modules, and then you'll also do an elective program as well. So the elective modules are modules, and they can be from any part of the university as well, alongside your degree. So I've done mine in Chinese studies, and I've done things like Chinese economy, doing businesses in China, and even Chinese language with the Applied Language Centre here in UCD. And those modules can tend to be a bit longer or shorter. Some of the language ones can be 1 or 2 hours a week or 3 hours, but generally they stay around 2. So typically for an undergraduate student in first and second year, you have about 12 to 15 hours a week, including your tutorials. And then as you get to third and fourth year as well, you no longer do your tutorials, and it's just your major lectures in the theatres, and then a bit of independent study as well. Generally people try to match their independent study with their lecture hours as well, so if you have 12 hours of lecture, you do another 12 hours of independent study a week, which is only about 20 to 30 hours a week, and some people maybe more and some people maybe less, depending on how they learn. You can go into any of the buildings here at all and sit down in public spaces and study. If you want to study with your friends, you can book some study rooms in any of the 5 libraries that we have here across campus as well, and they can hold up to 10 people as well. So for me personally, I generally prefer to study on my own, so I study in my room here on campus, or sometimes if I just kind of need to get a break from studying on my own, I can come in, meet friends for coffee, get in a study group as well, and just do a group project in any of the main areas here in any of the buildings. The assessment method for each module is very specific to each module, and when we're booking our modules at the start of the year, it's actually set out before you choose your modules. So if you're someone who likes assignments, you could choose mostly modules that are assignment based as well, and that could be an assignment halfway through at the midterm point, but also that instead of an exam at the end of your module at the end of the trimester, you'll do another assignment as well, or one large assignment. The normal method as well, which kind of are more common in throughout all of the modules here in UCD, is the assessment method as well. So that can take the form of a midterm assessment as well as an end of term assessment, or just an end of term assessment as well. For any of the practical modules, like the advocacy and mooting module here in UCD, it's a bit more fun as well, because instead of just an assignment or an exam at the end of term, you actually get to do a moot against some of your fellow peers as well. So it's a kind of a nice practical side to mix up your degree, just take away from the written aspect of it. The exams take place at the end of each trimester as well, so you don't have to worry about studying everything again from semester 1 at the end of semester 2. Everything that you study for semester 1 will be assessed midway or at the end of semester 1, and the same for semester 2 as well. So you don't have to, it's not like the Leaving Cert again where you have to remember a whole lot of information from a long time ago. The courtroom here in the Sutherland School of Law, we have some dedicated modules for. One of those is open to third and fourth year law students here, which is the advocacy and mooting module. So in this module you'll take part in a moot, and a moot itself is like a mock courtroom. So you'll be given a case. Usually there'll be a case that happened before it, and this is the appeals case of it as well. So you'll be given a side, either the appellant or the respondent, and you'll be given a week or 2 weeks to research the arguments and then come together and present them against another of your peers here before a judge, which is usually lecturers and some tutors as well. And you'll give the case for either the appellant or the respondent, and then you'll give your submissions, they'll ask some questions, and then you'll have time for rebuttal as well. It's a very fun way actually, that after a couple of years you finally get to kind of apply all the knowledge that you've learned here through your different modules in an actual courtroom as well before a judge, which is really nice as well. So actually coming from Wexford, this is something I found myself. From my school, there's only 4 of us came to UCD, and none of the other people that came from my school studied law. So I actually kind of came here on my own as well. And it's a very common story here, a lot of people as well. UCD is very diverse as well. There's a lot of people that come from not just Ireland but around the world and will come here alone. So the law school and UCD itself have a lot of programs in place. So before you start your lectures, you'll have orientation week and you'll be assigned a peer mentor. And with your peer mentor, you'll be assigned a group of 4 or 5 other people directly from your class as well. And so you'll meet on a specific day and they'll give you a tour of the campus, they'll show you around, they'll kind of show you the spots, and they're kind of a nice support, the first support network that you'll meet here in UCD. And they'll talk to you about exams coming up to each end of trimester exams, and there's someone who's had experience. They're a second year student generally as well, so they know what things it's like, they know what it's like to come into first year as well. On top of that, we also have program advisors and student advisors here in the law school as well, and you can approach them for different needs as well. So if you have any kind of program related queries or problems with signing up to modules or anything like that, you can go to your program manager. But if you also have any other problems as well, that just kind of personal problems, coming to UCD, you might be a bit nervous in a big campus, or you might just kind of have other issues going on as well. You can always talk to your student advisor. On top of that as well, if you prefer talking to someone kind of like another student, you can approach the Students' Union as well, who have a dedicated welfare officer as well, and they're there to kind of sort out any issues that you may have, kind of either be personal or with modules or anything. Getting involved in UCD is a really good way of kind of overcoming any initial anxiety. So there's over 60 sports clubs and 90 societies here in UCD as well, and they can cater for any of your interests as well. So we have everything from a law society here to a food society to a music and drama society as well. So there is something for everyone. And even if you don't find something for yourself, you can get a bunch of friends together and start up your own society as well. And that's where you can kind of get to make your friends as well with people who have similar interests to you, both in your degree and through your extracurricular activities as well. With the Students' Union then as well, you can run for class rep within the first few weeks here as well, so you'll represent your class at the General Council every second week as well. And then in semester 2 there will be a class trip organised by the class representatives of each programme as well. So in first year we went to Budapest, and the majority of the year went as well. We went for 5 days, we had a really good time, and it's kind of where we got to know a lot of the people that we wouldn't have met before. So I would have known a lot of people in my stream of pure law, but I wouldn't have known a lot of people in, say, law politics or law French law. But from those trips and doing all the extracurricular activities, I actually got to know a lot of the people across the different programmes here in UCD. So in second year I did an internship with a law firm in town here in Dublin, and from that I got an offer of a training contract. So next year, after I graduate, I'll be taking my FE1 examinations with the Law Society, and then I'll be taking a year out either to travel or to do a master's in a specific area of law. And in 2023 I'll be starting with that law firm to become a trainee solicitor with them. So kind of whatever you're interested in, you can kind of come here, study law, you can mix it with your different interests through your electives. But also what a lot of people do after university is they might not have a legal career, they might go into things like journalism, or they might go on to further research or PhDs or master's programs as well. So I just found that it's a really good degree to have, and it opens up so much opportunities for you after you graduate. In third year, you'll have the opportunity to study abroad as either part of the Erasmus program, which is to any of our destinations in Europe, or the study abroad program, which is outside any of the outside Europe universities as well. So in second year, you'll have a meeting with the Erasmus coordinator as well, and they'll give you the big list of different destinations you have. So you can go all over Europe, or you can go further afield to the likes of Hong Kong, all over the US, or Australia or New Zealand as well. So then in third year, you'll have decided if you want to go for a 1 trimester or 2 trimesters as well. Most students will go for just a 1 trimester as well, and that takes place in the second trimester here. So generally from kind of January onwards towards the summer as well. So if you do want to stay on, you kind of have the summer in the sun. If study abroad isn't for you and you don't want to travel abroad, you can also take part in the legal internship module as well. So this is a practical module where you'll be where you get admitted to it, and then you'll partner with a organisation or a firm that practices in a special area of law, and you'll do an internship there with them the following summer as well. And this can be in any area as well that you have an interest in. So some people will do commercial law, or some people will do public law, like things like refugee law or penal reform or anything like that as well. And some people even go on to the Attorney General's office. One thing that I suppose is probably always the biggest regret of any student is just probably not getting involved sooner in everything that UCD have here to offer, whether it is societies, whether it is kind of programme boards with the law school or on the Students' Union as well. It's a great opportunity to meet people as well from all different parts of the world and really get to enjoy your time here in UCD as well. Yeah, I've absolutely loved it. It's probably everything I thought it would be and more. Coming to Dublin, I always knew it would be a bit more exciting than kind of my country home as well, but there is a lot going on as well. There's great opportunities to kind of really flourish here in UCD, kind of become more confident, get involved with a sports society, take it to another level, or even get your career on track right from whatever point of your degree you want to do it as well, or just even discover yourself, like what you do and what you don't like as well.